And before I go any further, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You know. So, blunt talk. No, I do not have my Osmo with me. I'm at my cousin's spot, and I just lit up a little blunt. Kind of make you wanna see, see. And this is Josie full of blunt talk. You know what I mean? I'm about to ramble about all sorts of stuff until this blunt is gone. I wish I could play my guitar right now. Uh, got me in my work uniform. You know, I'm a little worker bee. Well, really, I'm like a worker wasp, and I'm something. I'm a worker. You know, that's just what I chose to do with my life is work and provide a service for people. People act like just depending on where you come from. Right? Oh yeah, and this is gonna resonate with who it resonates with. It's a blunt talk. So I hope you got your blunt lit up. You can hit mine. You get okay. All right. Mm. So I meditate, right? I meditate a lot. I meditate more than I ever read. Like I might read one word in a book, like one of these history books or these holy books, Bible, Quran, whatever. I might just read one word and meditate on it. Like once I get to it, like solace, because to me, it's like this. When it comes down to it, like everybody's on this whole spells. Like we got to watch the words that we use. Like I asked my friends in here earlier, my cousin, when they were in here, I was like, yo, when you curse, right? So like when you curse, right? You know what I mean? Just because you're using a curse, like a curse is like if I say F off or if I drop the F bomb or, I stick a middle finger up to a person. I don't think that's cursing versus just swearing or using profanity. I think that's the word for that one right here in our earthling language. Because, when it gets into like languages, like, oh yeah, and this is another thing. All my friends, if you bop on my live and you see that I'm on live, please refrain from calling my phone. Do not botch up my live because you and your feelings because I'm able to actually go live and I got like emotion going. This is nothing personal. I'm just being like on my level, man. I be noticing like you'll be live and like you might see like one view up there. And that one view will transpire and go no, and you know who the heck it is because that person will call you like, hey, bro, you called me earlier? Nah, dude, F bomb off. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. That's what it tied into. Like I didn't curse anybody. I didn't curse anybody's family. I didn't curse your soil or your ground under you. Like those are curses. Curses are like we gotta like people be like, why look, all of in the woke community. Yeah, you enlighten. I like that. I respect it. You've chosen your path. You're here to enlighten. What's really going on is a deluge, and you're gonna have to figure out the patterns of the earth. Flick a star. Like, you talking about a star chart and north and eastern stars and freaking west and south, and none of that nautical nonsense makes sense in space. It's just a whole nother set of rules out there. Like even the physics, they're starting to understand that you got to like open your mind to a different way of thinking when it comes to the cosmos. Now when it comes to earth, yes, the inner earth's core did just shift. I know everybody goddamn felt it. That's why how all of these lava pools somehow got uncovered when they like, oh my god, it's a mantle of lava under this thing. Yeah, it's just waiting for that moment to go ahead and shift again and open up, because that's what the shifts are. The shifts are the inner Earth's core actually shifting on us, like and going like the poles on the inner Earth have actually shifted. Like this is scientific proof. You can research it on your own. You know what I'm saying you can actually research that shit. Everybody down here seems to be catching diseases. This is also like times of the plagues and stuff, but like cures are coming for all of this shit. Like, but in order to get to the cures, we're gonna have to survive and goddamn man and woman up in this mug, because that's your only way to actually make it to so-called cures when it comes down to like the simulation. sicknesses and diseases. See, the whole goal is to get as much out of it as you want. Like everybody's really trying to go towards this old age type thing. We want to get the max, and on top of old age, we want to experience like what we would call longevity, like that vitality, like to be able to retain this face up until my dying day. Like, because everybody's got to die. Immortality, yeah, it's graspable, like, but it's levels to this, like in ascension. Like I told y'all in my blunt talks, I ramble, so it's gonna resonate with who it resonates with. I once had a talk with a lady, and she actually entertained it. Cause I push wheelchairs and shit. Like I ain't ashamed to. I'm not ashamed to say at my job, I'm a worker. I push wheelchairs. You know what I mean? All right, so this is what's up, what's what. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm pushing the lady, and she's talking to me, and I've had multiple stories like this because most people don't know I actually lost a son at an early age, and it kind of warped my brain. Like I started meditating, I cried, I done some bad things, like before I even did all of that, and then I gave my life to God. You know what I'm saying? Which I had already done anyway. Gave my life to the universe at an early age as well, for knowledge, wealth, you know, prosperity, understanding of everything, and how to utilize the brain that comes with it, knowing that my brain itself, my body, it doesn't even belong to me. It's a part of a universal conscious. But in this manifestation, it's a sole proprietor when it comes down to it, me, the person that's walking in this vessel. So, you know what I mean? Your soul can be somewhat what we would call eternal, or it is your key to immortality, your soul. Like, because when you pass, we can physically see your soul leaving your body and going back. It's not even that it's going back, it's ascending. All right, so that's why this heaven and hell thought thing is so, thought pattern period is so important. Like heaven and hell, you can create all of that like in your reality of a present day. You can leave Earth, and by the way, any planet that's habitable, it's heaven habitable, is considered an earth. I mean, it's considered a heaven. So when a heaven is established, it's a hierarchy at that. It's like a pantheon of kings or whatever. But we go above kings and we say that this pantheon is gods. But when heaven arises, that means a civilization or a species has reached a evolutionary, advancement to where that species can create life itself. Like they can travel through the stars, they can create life, they can move star systems, they can put a moon where it needs to be. Like grand scale, it's like how we create these video games. Like they got this one called Eve or whatever, and it's a space game, and it's about moving through space. And we reference Star Wars a lot with but on a grander scale, the ones that you would call gods could come to like say a star system, travel a great distance to a star system. Like it's in tablets and stuff that we've actually come in contact with these beings. Now, mind you, this planet also had its own evolutionary track, like within the tampering of aliens actually coming down, if that's what you want to call them, extraterrestrial beings, deities, whatever the freak floats your boat when it comes down to it with these beings. Either way, they're able to create life or tamper with life in certain areas. And they're also able to move stars. They're actually able to mess with gravitational fields. Some of this, it's like it can get sci-fi-ish. Like even at this moment, we're forced with a freaking choice. Like we either evolve and become a type 1 so we can survive a deluge and learn how to actually, control our own environment, our ecosystem. Like we can actually use these volcanoes for energy sources. Like we can actually use these waves coming from the sun for energy sources. We can contain it. Like that's what the battery is based on that. Like literally, we focus on that. That put us in a whole nother level. Whenever we got that battery established, that put us on a whole nother level because that opened up our minds to the whole aspect of harnessing and containing energy, a rechargeable source of energy. You know what I'm saying? Solar batteries, lunar batteries, any type of battery, ion batteries, they all are energy, rechargeable, and they're also reusable. Like you got multiple uses to all of them. So, and then it gets down to like fusion. Like, the higher creative beings can actually utilize this. They can drain quasar stars. That's what it means to be like a type 3, like a type 2, type 3 civilization. Type 1, nah, you might be on a scale to where we're advanced enough to clone ourselves or whatever, and different things like that, and maybe teleport or however you want to say it. But either way, look, it still is dangerous. It's all dangerous. But in order to survive a deluge, look, there's no bunker you can build to survive this one. Like a flood is a flood, but when the terrain is shifting up and land is being ripped off and under you, your bunker's more than likely to fall to the bottom, and you still end up dying a horrible death because you never see the light of day. All right, so you know what I mean. The best way to do this, literally, is getting into the cosmos. Like everybody should be thinking of innovative ways to like go to space. Don't get me wrong, there should be factions of people that wish to stay behind and test the theory of whether you can survive a deluge, on Earth while Earth is throwing a hissy fit. Then we could actually get to the bottom of that and see actually what happens to ancient civilizations. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of us, a lot of the ascended ones who actually get it. Shout out to the ones that actually get it, that you've been here already. I'm glad you woke. I mean, I used to like have these like dreams, and inside my dreams there would be like this voice telling me the immortals are awakening. The immortals are awakening. And then I used to wonder what did that mean? And then it came to me, it's the immortal man, the immortal souls within man that know what this is. Like we're waking up, we've woken up. Like it's the reason we're here. We're here to get your soul situated because you've been lied to. You literally been lied to about everything, about like everything's been twisted because of wars and wars, and yeah, it's literally been twisted over that, over money, power. Like it twisted up the aspect of existence and what we are truly here for. And most of us, you sitting here, you on some uh you thinking your religion's gonna save you. Look, listen, it's not. It's not. It's made up. It's all made up. It's like I keep telling people we got one heck of an imagination, which is a dimension. It's a dimension that resides within your thoughts, within the scale, because it's not just that you have thoughts. Your thoughts are an actual universal connection, not even just a universal connection. It's a program. Like it's like it's unexplainable, like what we are capable of within our own minds. It's our imagination, and then it can manifest and become something real if you think about it hard enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Up until I haven't seen anybody personally just take off flying or shoot fire out of their hand. I've seen some magicians do some magic tricks, and even now to this day, some of it it's got me a little vexed. I'm like, yo, did you hold up? Wait, you know what I'm saying? Like, did they really do that? You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, and you trying to break down the trick? That's like all of it. That's what God is. Like that's what existence is. It's like a magic trick, and we are trying to unravel it. In my opinion, like we need to stop trying to unravel it and just enjoy it and try to, you know what I'm saying, while we're don't even try to unravel it. Just figure out how to survive it. You know what I mean? Because in the lights of it, through each stage of this mental evolution that we go through, there's gonna be an enlightened phase of it. Like it's gonna destroy something, and then it's gonna create something. And it's all gonna make sense in a circle or a cycle. We see this, like, to be honest with you, we're here because two galaxies started dancing. If you want to put it, we just like one of the aspects I like to use, the Andromeda galaxy and the Milky Way. They kind of collided, and like once they touched, like we're at the tip of that. Like we began at that moment. Like the cycle of life, like however you want to bring it. Whether, like, I'm gonna tell you, everybody keeps trying to wonder what is Tiamat and what is this supposed to be with this extra planet and how is this going. It's telling you, it's scaling out the creation of our solar system. Like that's the creation of the gods. Like, and we want to get into it. Like the sun itself, the reason why everybody's so focused on they followed the sun and they were sun followers and different things like that is literally because the sun is a male energy. It's focus. It's a focused source of energy. That's what you call a male source of energy. The creation in between that are the planets themselves. They are the mothers. That's the female energies. They bear life. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones capable of harboring hard rock and water. You know what I mean? That means earths. You know what I mean? People, birds, cattle, things can be born. Tiamat itself was a planet, literally. So it was one of the first planets to have life. When it was hit by something called an Avenger or a Nibiru, Nibiru at that time was more than likely just a geonoid that was ejected from the sun and shot out in a manner. And when it came back, it gained mass and magnitude after it hit Tiamat. And on its way out, that's when they went through their evolutionary track. So when you get into even Zechariah Ascension's, variant of it, because it's all translations. They're like, right now, we're all translating this. Nobody can really just be like, and unless you actually read it, and shout out to the ones who actually have read it. Like, I ain't gonna discredit, like, I listen to all types of great, figures and what I call scholars of earth right now, the souls that have awakened, from Malachi York to, like, you can go back to Gandhi, and you can go back to Buddha. You can read the Bible in an aspect of, like, don't read it as if it's like a fictional book, but don't take it too hard to the life to be like, yo, all of this is real. No, read this like it's like a story, like, because it all started with the paintings on the wall. So this is our story, and it may be fabricated a little bit. And then we go to war, and people who didn't like the story change the narrative so it suits their agenda. It gets technical, man. Like, right now, we're living in that within the simulation. People who have taken control of the system to suit their agenda, they have modified things. Slavery's been around for a minute. Like, it came into play. Shoot, look, man, it's levels to this thing. Like, we came into, like, our consciousness. We came into the awareness of ourselves. Like, it went from a dimensional breakdown. Like, that's what some of these books are telling you. It literally, that whole Chronos thing, when it gets into all this cranium, gets into your brain, the development of, the actual human thought patterns to create things, to build things. We've always been adapters. You know what I mean? It's like slews of us came out of a certain part in Africa and started inhabiting everything. And then things went on so long, we just forgot what a freak we was and what the freak we was doing. We started living and we made it this far. And now we actually, like, we man, it was an age of actual thinkers. Isaac Newton, because I went through this whole phase where people used to tell me all these great people was black, and they get into all of this black and white stuff, and how white folks who did this, and white folks are aliens, and black folks are aliens. I'm gonna be honest, alien is mixed in with a good percentage of all of us. Maybe not all of us. It's a few of us down here. You're pure human. You're evolute. Like, nobody's gonna tell you this. You just gotta know this shit. You're pure earthling. You got human and you got earthling. Human is the modified specimen of earthling. That's Adam, or Adapo, or Adam, or whoever you want to call him. Ra, first man. Garadamus. You feel me? The first body. When it goes into all of the breaking down the scales of these people were deep. They were poetic because they break it down so deeply. When they tell you the development of the first body, they're talking about stars coming to existence, our actual sun coming into existence, and then the second bodies that come into existence, like Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, freaking Neptune, and then it tells you about the inner ones coming into existence, and they have their own way to scale it, and they're telling you about the design of the actual universe coming into existence with their understanding, how they came into awareness. They were enlightened at one point. We grew up, we evolved. That's what evolution is. It's growing up. It's growing up to reach the perfect specimen. And that's what we are. We're earthlings, no matter how you peg it. Even if the DNA is twisted and tainted, and the Anunnaki came down here and did what they did, freaking the Palladians, the Draconians came in and mixed in, lizard people, however you want to say it, walking amongst, we're all, if you're born on this planet, in this plane of existence, you are an earthling. We're from Earth. So we really need to get it together. If you really wanna know, first of all, you gotta let go. The shamans, they're right. This is an existence. Like, it's like purely just to learn lessons, and we can do this so much smoothly. Like, we're so freaking amazing. Do you know how great you are, man? Like, yo, yo. Do you know how great you are? You are great enough to create a grand, a labyrinth life and manifest it. And you don't even realize you came from the dirt of this planet, meaning you evolved from the soil, from the waters, from the fish, from a single net cell organism when it comes down to it that started off incubating and growing growth process, crawled out of the water, divided and conquered the land. Various species. So you've had various experiences. And at one point, you cracked it and you evolved, you passed it. Then you started thinking your way through this. Now we're here. You've written books, you've painted on walls, you built monuments. Shoot, some of them you still starting to remember and dig up. You still digging up monuments. It's letting you know this planet has went through its phases. If you know about Pangea, then you know about ancient Britannia, then you know about Earth actually developing into a United States, a Africa, a Europe, a Asia, a freaking Australia, a Hawaii floating around in the waters and stuff, Bermudas and all of that craziness, the nonsense, Topanga Islands and stuff like that, Tangiers. Like, listen, when they be like this thing is violently or physically violent, that's what they're hinting at. Like, should the Earth actually, with the theory or balance off of one of those theories of catch up with itself and flip on the top side, we're all done without proper preparation. I say you need to get started on those spaceships. You fighting amongst yourselves for no reason. When I tell you this is all beautiful, once you just look, we want to reconcile. All most melanated, dark skinned people down here, we don't even want to fight nobody. Like, yeah, we want to play video games and knock a nigga off on a video game and shit like that. But later on, we might want to shake that nigga hand and play a football game with his ass, or make a song with him, or create an NFT with him, or create something, build a castle. Like, look, listen. All I'm saying is, even myself need to open up a little more and make more friends and make more, because all of this is about that. It's about congregating between each other and bringing our thoughts together and surviving whatever may come. And when we're talking about leaving something behind, it's leaving us behind, our essence, as we accelerate into the future. We have to have something for these kids. You know what I mean? We can't just be doing it for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Make it fun. Because at the end of the day, your kids are you. And there's a probability that later on down the line, you're going to come back as one of your freaking grandkids. Don't you want to let your family line be amazing? Like, don't, if we know what I'm saying, like, come on, man. Like, think about it. You know what this is. You know what this is. Wake up. Wake up. Don't do it too quickly, because you'll mess everything up. You'll mess everything up. Don't do it too quickly. You got to understand it's levels to this thing. You're already in the dimensions of the earth in existence. The third, fourth, and fifth, sixth, they run together on these little ley lines. They even connect to the ninth and the first. You know what I mean? That's how we're able to do this, looking into the past. That's what this is. Like, it's like levels, and that's one of the levels we passed. So now you got to look at the inner you, because only through you, your meditation of your higher understanding, higher self, are we going to unlock the rest of it. The mysteries are within us. It's in our bloodlines. You know what I mean? We talk about this shit. We get together. We make agreements. and then we know what's real. We actually know what's real. So I actually know myself to be a celestial sage, meaning I am pure energy, like energy. Like I've been here before, and in a way, I asked to come here without asking to come here. Is a teacher of some sort, not really knowing that whole responsibility or actually how even to do it. It's like, think of some of us as like angels who decide to come back and guide the world. And you got to go through the process, which means you have to be born as a child. Your soul has to go through the grid. And all of us are maturing anyway. So it's just like you choose a path, like it's a school. Like we in spirit school right now, and your spirit's being molded. You're growing up. It's being nurtured. You're learning things. You're waking up. You're going to sleep. Because when a deluge hits and you basically die, you go to sleep. The ascension process in a manner when your soul ain't ready and the catastrophic extinction and all of the dang species are not prepared, you sleep until the planet is reset. Now the variations is asleep. It's like a dream world. That's what the dream worlds are for. Like being in those. So if you're not channeled to the right stations, like, no matter how it is, like in your acceptance, those gates that you go through are your own judgment. Literally, it's a judgment on yourself that asks you, are you ready to sleep? Then you will wander the perils. That means in the wandering of perils, you will actually experience the earth in its primal stages. It means lava, waters, and all of that. Your soul will actually experience that. That's a hell. That's an environment that's inhabitable. That's a completely inhabitable environment. Hell. Now, once the planet resets and it comes out of it. Now, this could take time. It could take freaking time, and in the spirit realms, that time is actually even greater, like scaled. Like they have a different measurement of it. Like it's not even called time. And either way, you would still reference it in time in this realm. So we would have to say add a couple more thousands of years. It's like these animes we watch. So you basically sleep in hell and on inhabitable planet that's still Earth. It's just blowing up and resetting and moving its land around and switching the waters, and nothing can survive down here because it's going to be toxic as heck. So, I mean, and unless you're smart enough or we're smart enough to keep evolving and actually put ourselves in orbit for a prolonged period of time, whether, a couple hundred thousands of us decide to live around the moon, and few of us decide to actually go towards Mars, and plan to be like the Mars trip is a no return trip. Hope you guys back here on Earth actually make it. If you need refuge, we sitting up on Mars, nigga. And then from Mars, we just think about other things. And when the Earth is done, and however long that takes, we all start regrouping back to it. It's just what it is. That's your beacon right there. Because we'll still be in the same solar system and we'll still be moving relative to the solar system speed. That's one of the aspects of freaking the physics of our universe. Figuring that out. And we can't even be scared. Even I myself have fears of heights. I how to conquer them. I gotta conquer them. Ascend also means go up. Sometimes you gotta leave to survive. And if you don't really feel like you want to survive or you're meant to survive because of, the old soul syndrome, and you feel, I'm old soul and I'm tired and I'm waiting on God to call me home, that's your choice. But I promise you, the Creator has His plans. And you trying to understand them through a book called the Bible that a bunch of people read, a bunch of people written, and then put it in together and said that this was the story of God. Don't do that to yourself. Don't hurt your soul like that. You need to wake up now, ASAP. Like, wake up. Wake up. You need to research things and find yourself. Meditate. Understand what's going on. It's advancements. We're not devils. We're not gods. We're not angels. We're not demons. None of that. We're creations of a all aspect meaning we're meant to be here, literally meant to be here, and there are challenges based against us, you know. And to be meant to be here means you were already here, all of you. Count the stars above your freaking head and tell me how many do you see? Because in representation, energy is neither destroyed or contained. You dig? So where does it go? And where does it come from? A lot of quasars out there. Shoot, billions, way more than it is men on Earth. A lot of souls waiting to get in. A lot of stars waiting to be born. All right? This was Blunt Talk with your boy Josie Fuller, man. YouTube, let me in, man. Monetize my stuff. I'm gonna start putting all my music behind it. Y'all go subscribe. I might drop some new music. I'm gonna try to drop something this February. Look, everybody, just meditate on it, on what I said. I was gonna say stay prayed up, but just meditate and think hard. Everybody, even if you at war, if you watching me and you at war, don't be crazy and start trying to go against your platoon or anything like that. Just everybody think about what we're doing with our lives, with our existence, and ask yourself, are you happy with what you're doing with your existence? Are you making other people happy with what you're doing with your existence? Are you truly preserving the legacy of mankind in a major way? What pyramids have we built in today that might last forever? Y'all stay up.